And we talked about things we had in common, ending wokeness, securing the border. The president was asking him what he thought about policy, going on with Iran and Israel and things. It just meant it blew my mind.
And as you know, Bill Maher went to the White House yesterday. He tweeted this. Hey, everybody, thank you all for the interest in my dinner with the president last night. I promise all will be revealed on the next Real Time on April 11th. It's April 1st today. No one would believe what I said anyway. And Kid Rock, who is the one that basically fostered the meeting between Bill Maher and Donald Trump, who have been at each other's heads for years. Don't forget, I'm sure we've shown you the clip many times. When I was on Club Random with Bill 2 years ago, he kept saying to me, Dave, you make a lot of sense, but you just gotta stop supporting Trump. He said it with more gratuitous language, like you're making sense. I agree with you on all this stuff, but Trump. Well, now they met, and here's Kid Rock talking about how it went.
All right, tell us what happened from start to finish in 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, I went on Bill's show, I went on his podcast, and I said, man, nothing happens if people don't break bread together and meet face to face. He's been one of the president's hardest critics, and we came to dinner, me, Bill, Dana White, and it could not have been better. Everyone was so surprised, so pleasant. The most shocking thing to me was, Bill's obviously a very big liberal, been very hard on the president, but he's donated a lot of money to other politicians. You've had Biden, Clinton, Obama, everybody. He had never been to the White House, and the president was so gracious. He took us up to the private residence. We saw the Gettysburg Address in the Lincoln bedroom, and I was like, you've never been here, Bill? And I was like, how about this? President Trump, extending this olive branch, and we talked about things we had in common, ending wokeness, securing the border. The president was asking him what he thought about policy, going on with Iran and Israel and things. It just meant it blew my mind. It was right. I was very, very proud.
It's interesting. I obviously wasn't there, but hearing that does not blow my mind in any way. It's actually surprising to me that Bill Maher's never been to the White House, right? Because he's interviewed a lot of presidents before and he's been so influential for so long. But that aside, the fact that they kind of like they're both kind of funny, that Bill has come around on border stuff, that Bill has come around really on certainly on the anti-woke stuff, if nothing else. Does he have his blind spots when it comes to Gavin Newsom or whatever? Okay, fine. But I'm not surprised by any of that. And I'm definitely not surprised that Trump then, once they sat down and broke bread, and it was probably kind of funny and they made fun of the fact that, that they've been attacking each other forever. And I think somebody said that Trump basically took all of the jokes that Bill has said about him over the years and stacked them, print them up, stacked them out and signed it. None of that surprises me. And then it also doesn't surprise me that Trump would be like, let's walk around this place and see what's what. So that's how you build alliances. Will that change Bill? Is Bill a year from now voting Trump like I wanted him to do 2 years ago? I have no idea, but that's what a healthy America can do. A healthy America has enough room actually between Donald Trump and Bill Maher. Does a healthy America have enough room between Donald Trump and people that want to, make sure that laws that were written by old white guys 40 years ago don't stand, like Elie Mystal? Probably not. And that's the challenge that we're going to have to deal with as those guys go crazy. But of course, the silver lining is they've only got 21% of the numbers.